Welcome back to the channel for a story that highlights the intense friction between high-end automotive manufacturers and the digital marketplace. We are looking at a situation involving one of the rarest and most aggressive machines to ever wear the Trident badge, the Maserati MCXtrema. This car is a track-only monster, a spiritual successor to the legendary MC12 Versione Corse, designed specifically for the most elite tier of Maserati's clientele. However, a major controversy has erupted after a dealership attempted to list one of these ultra-exclusive machines for sale online, only for Maserati itself to step in and shut the whole process down. This incident sheds light on the secretive and tightly controlled world of hypercar allocations, where the brand decides not just who gets to buy the car initially, but who is allowed to sell it later. To understand why Maserati reacted so strongly, we first have to look at what the MCXtrema actually is. Based on the MC20 supercar, the MCXtrema is a limited-run project with only 62 units slated for global production. Every single one of these vehicles was spoken for long before the public even saw the final design. It is a non-street legal weapon powered by a heavily modified version of the 3.0-liter Nettuno V6 engine. In this application, the twin-turbocharged heart of the beast has been dialed up to produce a staggering 730 horsepower. Combined with a dry weight of just around 2,755 pounds, thanks to extensive use of carbon fiber and the removal of all road-going luxuries, the MCXtrema is essentially a GT3 race car on steroids, meant for private track days and the exclusive Maserati Corse Programma. The drama began when a prominent dealership decided to list one of these 62 units on a high-profile online auction and sales platform. For most cars, this is standard practice, but for a vehicle as rare as the MCXtrema, it represents a breach of the unspoken and often written rules of the hypercar world. When Maserati caught wind of the public listing, they reportedly moved with lightning speed to intervene. According to industry insiders and the subsequent removal of the listing, Maserati reminded the dealer of the strict contractual obligations that come with such an allocation. In the world of top-tier exotics, manufacturers often include right of first refusal clauses. These are designed to prevent flipping, where a buyer or dealer tries to turn a quick profit by selling a rare car to the highest bidder immediately after delivery, often at a massive markup over the original multi-million-dollar asking price. Maserati's move here is a calculated effort to protect the brand's prestige and the integrity of its most exclusive owners club. If anyone with enough money can simply go online and buy an MCXtrema, it devalues the invited guests-only nature of the car's original sale. Manufacturers like Ferrari, Porsche, and Maserati spend years cultivating relationships with their top collectors. When a car like the MCXtrema is released, it is offered as a reward for loyalty. By blocking the online sale, Maserati is ensuring that these cars stay within a curated circle of enthusiasts who will actually use them for their intended purpose, dominating the racetrack, rather than letting them become mere speculative assets in a digital bidding war. This incident also highlights a growing tension in the 2026 automotive market. As more luxury sales move toward digital platforms, the traditional, high-touch, and often secretive dealership model is being challenged. Dealers want to maximize their reach and profit, especially with a vehicle that carries a price tag estimated well north of $1 million. However, Maserati clearly views the public listing of an MCXtrema as cheapening the experience. For a brand currently undergoing a massive transformation and looking to re-establish itself as a pinnacle of performance and luxury, maintaining absolute control over its rarest assets is non-negotiable. The MCXtrema itself is a masterpiece of aerodynamic engineering, featuring a massive adjustable rear wing, a shark fin for high-speed stability, and a completely stripped-out racing cockpit. It is a vehicle that represents the absolute peak of what Maserati's engineers can achieve when they aren't restricted by road safety regulations or emission standards. It is loud, unapologetic, and incredibly fast. It is easy to see why a dealer would want the world to see they have one in inventory. It is the ultimate halo car to draw attention to their business. But for Maserati, the car is an extension of their racing soul, and they are willing to play hardball to keep it from becoming just another line item on a public auction site. As the listing was pulled and the dust began to settle, the automotive community has been left debating the ethics of manufacturer control. Some argue that once a dealer or owner pays for a car, they should be free to sell it however and wherever they choose. Others side with Maserati, arguing that the exclusivity of the brand depends on these cars remaining in the hands of true brand ambassadors. This clash between private ownership rights and manufacturer brand management is likely to become more common as the production numbers for these ultra-limited editions continue to shrink, while global wealth and demand for such trophies continue to grow. Ultimately, the Maserati MCXtrema remains one of the most elusive and desirable track cars of the modern era. This blocked sale has only added to its mystique, proving that even if you have the millions required to buy one, you still need Maserati's blessing to join the club. It serves as a stark reminder that in the world of high-performance exotics, the manufacturer still holds all the cards. The 62 lucky owners of the MCXtrema are not just owners, they are custodians of a piece of Maserati history. And as this dealer found out the hard way, the Trident does not take its history lightly. We will be watching closely to see if this particular chassis reappears through a more approved private channel, or if it will disappear back into a private collection, far away from the prying eyes of the public internet.